but leave your worries. Leave 'em on the doorstep. Life's sweet. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. What a drag, old man, getting stuck in the shade. Get hip, don't be afraid. Move it on over, kill yourself in the clover. On the sunny side of the street.
In the 1930s, Americans heard a distant thunder from abroad. Manchuria, Abyssinia, Austria, Czechoslovakia, the road to war. But they tried to ignore it. Hitler ranted on the radio, strutted on the newsreel screen. Americans didn't like it, but the United States was officially a neutral nation, safely isolated from the world by two great oceans. If the rest of the world was going to be foolish and wicked enough to fight another war, America would stay out. While President Roosevelt tried to prepare the country for what he feared was coming, millions of Americans escaped into a world of make-believe via music, radio, and movies. Until that fateful December morning in '41, when the storm finally burst at Pearl Harbor, most Americans turned a deaf ear to the distant thunder.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free.
Kate Smith introduced this song in 1939, an anthem for those millions who had fled the wars of Europe to seek a new life in a peaceful new world. Adolf Hitler confirmed an American belief that Europe was addicted to war. Here was Europe on the march again.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, white with gold. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Posturing European dictators did not frighten many Americans, not in the spring of '39.
So, my friends, the time has come for me to announce, with solemnity perhaps, but with great happiness, a fact. I hereby dedicate the World's Fair, the New York World's Fair of 1939, and I declare it open to all mankind.
America's professional optimists had turned a swamp into a technological wonderland. Conceived during the depths of the Depression, the World's Fair presented a dazzling view of a perfect world of tomorrow. At the World's Fair, there was nothing to remind the visitor of what was going on in Europe and the Far East. But on the other side of the world, the imperial armies of Japan were pushing deeper into China.
Grab your coat, don't forget your hat, but leave your worries. leave 'em on the doorstep. Life's sweet, just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Hop on that pitter-pat. You know that happy tune is my step. Life's story, if you dig that beat on the sunny side of the street.
Never had the lights of Broadway gleamed so brightly. Americans had used swing music in the movies to escape from reality during the dark years of the Depression. Now, in 1939, the big bands played on. It almost seemed that Americans did not know or did not care what was happening in the rest of the world. But every American movie theater showed a newsreel. And the pictures from Germany made most Americans uneasy. No longer was Hitler seen as an insignificant comic figure. Americans could see that he was more than bluff and bluster. Watching the newsreels, Americans had seen that appeasement only strengthened Hitler's belief that the Western democracies lacked the will to resist him. Without firing a shot, Hitler had taken Austria and then Czechoslovakia. Now he threatened Poland. England and France called halt. They told Hitler they would defend Poland if he dared attack. Hitler stopped just short of war. Americans were slow to realize the full extent of Hitler's ambition. It was hard to believe that one man was actually conspiring to dominate the world.